Welcome to Through the Looking Glass, where we take a look at current Catholic world news and events that affect the Catholic world. Starting with Germany, there was an enthusiastic response from German Catholics when Amazonian Catholic bishops requested the ordination of married men as priests to address the clergy shortage in that region. This type of push for change is decades old, encouraged by many German bishops and laity in the hope that it can lead to the liberalization of centuries of Catholic tradition. There is resistance from the conservative Catholic establishment regarding this proposal, and they are making sure that they are heard. This as Pope Francis prepares his document that could determine whether married priests and female deacons eventually become a reality in the Amazon. Bishop Franz Josef Buddha from Osnabrück, Germany, welcomed the proposals and told the Osnabrück diocese paper Kirchenbote that while the Amazon Synod's recommendations would not be directly applicable to Europe, they could possibly show the way forward to a similar type of priesthood in Germany that allows for combining work and family. The completion of this document is expected at year end. A new survey by the Pew Research Center reports that Americans in general are very accepting of unmarried couples living together, even if they have no plans to marry. The Pew Research Center has also found that less and less couples are getting married, and that there is an increase in couples living together. Only 14% of adults surveyed said that it was unacceptable for two unmarried adults in a romantic relationship to live together. An additional 16% were accepting of cohabitation, but only if the couple were planning on eventually getting married, with some 69% saying that they had no problem with unmarried couples living together with no future marriage plans. On Friday, November the 8th, approximately 75,000 rioters gathered in Santiago on the streets of Chile. Protests had started 3 weeks ago regarding the increased subway fares, but the protesting very quickly became an opportunity for looting and arson, with clashes also being reported. One of the targets of the violence was the La Asunción Catholic Church. Among the multiple sacred objects set alight by the looters were Catholic statues, church pews, and sacred paintings from La Asunción Church. They also desecrated the inside of the church. Chilean bishops condemned the violence, saying, I quote, "Along with so many Chileans, we radically oppose injustice and violence, condemning it in all its forms," end quote. Now to Spain. Father Antoni Fuyana Marquez, the chaplain and director of the Catalan TV series Humans, as well as the vicar of St. Antoni Maria Claret Parish in Ciudadela, has received strong criticism for displaying a Pachamama idol in front of the altar, as well as for allowing Amazon Synod participants to perform indigenous rituals during his Mass in Menorca, Spain. Father Marquez introduced the group of missionaries at the celebration of the Holy Eucharist last Sunday. An idol representing Mother Earth, Goddess, was placed in front of the altar, and a bare-chested man wearing a hula skirt and feathers on his head danced around the sanctuary with a coconut oil lamp. As 3 other participants walked around the altar, one of them playing a musical instrument, all present, including the priest, were asked to stretch out their hands and to welcome the light into their lives. The service was praised by the parish priest on both Facebook and in the parish bulletin, where we read, and I quote, "Today at the Mass of 10 a.m., we had the pleasant visit of this group of itinerant missionaries to the Amazon. They came from the Synod of Rome and have explained the experience and what they do on the mission. Thank you very much for your testimony," end quote. Alexander Tschugguel, the man who removed the Pachamama idols from the church of Santa Maria del Transpontina in Rome and threw them into the Tiber River, told Catholic news outlet Church Militant, I quote, "It was clear that Pachamama rituals were going to be replicated in other parts of the world. As I pointed out, the indigenous peoples of the Amazon are only being used to promote a new religion. The church with an Amazonian face was not invented for the Amazon area alone. It was cooked up to turn around our faith and liturgy," end quote. Tschugguel has called on faithful Catholics to speak out against the desecration caused by such acts. I quote, "Every faithful Catholic who witnesses such abominations must talk to the bishops and priests and show them that we, as Catholic laymen, no longer accept paganism entering the church," end quote, he said. And I quote, "We want the church to live by God's commandments, not by those of Mother Earth's," end quote. A new book has just been released addressing the difficult issues of abortion. But what makes this book both important and special is that it has been written for children. The book is entitled Pro-Life Kids and aims to teach young children in a sensitive and age-appropriate way that each life is valuable, and goes on to explain what abortion is. It also encourages children to stand up for the voiceless and babies in the womb. Phrases like "your life is important" and "you're one of a kind" are themes that permeate the story. Author Bethany Bomberger, co-founder of the Radiance Foundation, shows children that every person is created to be unique, and that all lives were created equal and with a purpose. Slavery and the Holocaust are also addressed in the story, highlighting other times when people weren't treated with love. She then links those instances to the current human rights violation of abortion. The book uses vibrant and eye-catching cartoons to gently reinforce the message that abortion hurts children and deprives the world of beautiful lives that deserve to be loved, and even includes short biographies of real pro-life children and how they've used their voices in defense of life. From me, Daniel, and the Quid Verum team, that is all for now. Please pray for our church, and in this month of All Saints and All Souls, let us remember to pray for the faithful departed. May St. Michael protect us all. God bless.